Welcome once again. This is episode 34 of Talking Small Press Comics with Steve Keeter and me, Larned Justin. So make sure you subscribe and hit the bell notification so you don't miss any of our episodes. We also really appreciate your comments. We like to answer your comments if we can figure out what the heck to answer. But we're
not that
again.
Smart, folks.
Not really. We are back again, and we are ready to go with some pretty interesting comics this time.
Let's get ready to rumble.
We will. We're going to rumble now.
Look, we've been playing with the lighting here. You can. I'm going to fix this, or we're going to fix this by the next video.
Yeah.
First of all, I'm using the PC now, where I was using the laptop, and the laptop worked really well as far as the lighting goes. But the PC, this new PC that I bought, it's more sensitive to light sources and stuff. So you see, there's some white here, and Larned has some in the window behind him.
Can't help that.
That's something we need to work out. But I hope this is acceptable to you folks.
I think it looks good, yeah. And then this fella back here on behind you is a little green, but I think that's normal for him. Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
That's Herman Munster. Not actually. That's actually Karloff.
Yeah, Boris.
There's somebody over here too.
Oh, I see that. What is that? Who's that?
That's from Italy. My daughter Kathy, who works for Amazon.com, gets to travel all over the world, and she went to Italy a couple of years ago, and she brought this back and gave it to me.
Oh, okay. Looks like a pirate hat to me.
Yeah, everybody wears those in Italy. I mean, wherever you go, if you go to drugstore, you're wearing this.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
They're like all aliens.
All right, what comic you want to do first?
Well,
pick one.
I'm thinking Ken Leach's Tales from the Morgue.
Oh yeah. Yep. We have like a lot of Halloween stuff. We're a little behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is kind of Halloween-y too. See?
Yeah. We wanted to get a video by Halloween, but Larned had you had a surgery.
I had surgery on my left eye, and it's all better now.
All better?
Yep. All fixed. Only took 7 days to heal up.
That's good.
Really? I mean, it's
really
really nothing.
The other eye too, right?
Yeah, I got to do the other one in December.
Yeah. Okay.
You should see the colors in the one eye are nice and sharp and white. And in the other eye, they're yellow. So I got to get the cataract off the other eye.
I'm due for the same surgery. I mean,
nothing to it.
For you younger folks watching,
get
ready. The future has a lot of surprises for you.
Yeah, but honestly, really nothing to it. It's no pain, nothing like that. So
that's good. That's good.
Just a lot of eye drops.
Yeah.
Look at this guy.
So on the back cover,
look at that.
That is an awesome illustration of a drawing of Bela Lugosi.
As Dracula.
Mike Bennett.
Very well done.
Mike Bennett. And Tales from the Morgue comes from Ken Leach, who's an old-time friend of mine. He goes way back to the days when we were in the Pizzazz Comics Co-op. It was a co-op. Steve Shipley was a member. Ken Leach was a member. And he was publishing this way back in the late 80s and early 1990s. That co-op eventually fizzled out. I became chairman for a little while. That's probably why it fizzled out. But Ken is publishing again. And it's great to see it.
It's nice.
There's a lot of really cool stuff here.
And here is a list of contributors right here on this side. And you can see there's quite a few contributors to this book.
Right.
Can't name them all, but I mean, there's a whole bunch.
Ken was very kind. He listed me as a contributor.
Steve
All I
Keeter.
did was I sent him a couple of Charlie Smith's old illos.
Oh.
And this Larry Blake illo right here of Dracula.
Oh, that's Larry Blake. Yeah. Wow. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because these contribators,
Yeah.
Contributors.
Contribators. Yeah. Anyway, there's a bunch. Lots of people you've heard of.
Hmm. Lots of funny stuff. You know, it's kind of scary, but it's also kind of funny at
Yeah,
the
well,
same
here's a kind of
time.
a funny story. We'll start right off here. Roscoe and Otis,
Yeah.
and
By Dan Gardner, inked by Gary Webb, with lettering by Ken Leach.
Ken
And
Leach
I'll
did
say
the
something.
lettering.
I'll say something because lettering is really difficult for me. But
Yeah, me
Ken
too.
Leach, he's a superb letterer. I mean, you just look at how good the letters are there.
It looks like a computer font to me, but
Yeah,
is he that good? Wow.
I think it's him. It might be a
It could be that
font,
he did. I don't know. You can't tell.
but he was doing the
He's
same
very
thing back
good.
in the 70s or back in the
Yeah,
80s
when
and
we didn't have
90s,
computers.
and it still looks really good.
Yeah.
This particular story, we got a couple of they're ducks.
Yeah.
Um, Roscoe and Otis are
Roscoe and
a
Otis.
couple of ducks.
I'm not sure. One's a duck. The other guy looks like it could be some other kind of a bird there.
Yeah, it could be another kind of a bird.
Nah, what do you think here? This guy here, uh, that's not a duck,
They're
right?
going to visit. They're going to visit the. I don't know, but they're going to visit the professor. And the
Hmm.
guy who opens the door, the butler, says,
He
"Good
looks a little strange.
evening."
Yeah,
And
it
looks
looks
pretty much like
familiar.
a vampire. They're a little wild by it. You can see that here, like, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
So once they
And,
open that door, there's all kinds of stuff happening.
yep. And they meet the professor, and he has like a German accent.
Yeah, but all kinds of stuff going on.
Roscoe und der Duck. They say, "Why did you call us for?" "Oh yes, I've discovered their new automobile fuel. According to my calculations, Voon, that means one, folks,
Hmm.
6-ounce bottle of my ingenious petrol of mixture should keep a car going for 27 and 7/8 years at der Wohn 100
Wonder how they
20
calculate
miles per hour."
7/8 of a year.
Yeah.
Pretty precise.
So you use this
Fuel.
new fuel that he just invented, and your car will run for 27 years.
27 and 7/8.
27 and 7/8.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good deal. But there
Hmm.
are these guys, there are these bad guys who just escaped from prison, and the two heroes here, Roscoe and Otis, apparently they had something to do with putting him in prison. So the guy gets out, and he's not too happy about what happened. So he goes after
Hmm.
these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, his name is Big Ratty. Yeah, Big Ratty.
Yeah.
There he is, right there, Big Ratty.
Yeah.
And
Now they do have a little problem with the fuel, I will tell you, because it runs along gin, 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 gin pretty good until blam.
well, it's never been tried before.
No, and these guys tried it.
And I love this. This is like Looney Tunes.
Yeah.
All of a sudden there's gin, 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 gin,
Gin,
gin.
gin, gin, and then blam.
And then you see what happened. They're still sitting there in the same positions.
Yeah, they're still sitting there, but a little crispy, a little
Hilarious.
crispy.
That's why it reminds me of Looney Tunes. I mean, you see that in the old Bugs Bunny cartoons and stuff, or something like that happen. But this is Ken Leach again, his lettering.
Hmm. Yeah, that's very nice.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm darn envious because I'm a terrible letterer. But yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Then take a look at Eric Jansen. All of the see if you can pick out all those different people.
well, Eric Jansen,
Yeah.
he's one of the finest artists in this issue. And some of this stuff looks like it is reprinted. Ken puts a copyright 2009 or copyright 2022 to let you know what's reprints and what's not.
Yeah.
But this guy is,
And
yeah,
look at
he's
that.
darn excellent.
Yeah. I was just
Maybe,
looking at the drawings here of you
yeah,
can pick out the
Dracula.
Dracula and then the new Dracula down in the corner.
Hmm.
It's from one of the later movies. He looked like that
Oh, with the big heart
with
shaped
the
thing on
big
his
head.
head.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Very well done.
I see Christopher Lee in there. I
I
see
was going to
Nick
say Christopher
Galati.
Lee is in there.
Hmm.
Yep, that's pretty cool. Pretty
And he
good.
draws a fine figure of a lady. And
Uh-huh.
this lady is out walking the streets late at night. Someone is watching her. But she's out watching the street like 4 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And it goes along. And there's this guy on the street, this switchblade guy, who preys on people after dark, especially
Yeah,
ladies.
and he
Uh,
kind of goes after her, but
yep. But there's a
it
surprise.
may have been a mistake,
There's
which
a
we shouldn't.
surprise at the
Yeah,
end.
we should not tell you, but
Not
I
as
think
not
he
not such
has
an
made
easy
a
prey.
serious error going after her.
Well, this is a Halloween, kind of a Halloween issue. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
it
yeah.
says Halloween hemoglobin. It doesn't say Halloween, but we figured out it's a Halloween issue because we got it at Halloween. Okay, you know, he's got some of the contributors. Louisa Felix, I believe, drew that. Yeah, Louisa Felix. She passed away. I don't know, about 10 years ago or so.
Oh,
She was
hmm,
in Pizzazz also. But she was a darn good artist. I mean, he's got some illos. Uh, there she is. She drew this.
uh-huh,
Very stylish, very cartoony, and
hmm,
she has a couple of strips in this issue too.
yeah.
I would have to go forward a little bit. Okay, here we go. Okay,
They
um,
can pick out her style pretty quick.
she was so good. Yeah, she
Okay,
was so
right
good.
here.
She passed away so way too soon.
Yeah.
There's a story in here by Louisa Felix
Hmm.
with letters by Ken Leach. Once again, uh, his lettering is really great. And it's called From Wimp to Winter. This
Yeah.
guy is a wimp. Uh, he can't get the prettiest girl in the class because he's a wimp. There's
Yeah.
these other guys who show up, these classmates, and they're bullies, and you can see what happened.
Yeah.
He gets pummeled, and but he's a genius. He's smarter than all these guys are idiots, and he's super smart.
Yeah.
But he
He
has an idea,
has his own laboratory. Yeah.
yeah, and he has this idea, and if you don't get it, there's a picture to show what his idea is.
Yeah.
He's created a serum that will make him become a muscular hero.
Yeah. Before that, he was in his laboratory feeding his rabbit, laboratory
Yeah, a
rabbit,
rabbit.
feeding him a carrot.
Yep, that's right. And there's the rabbit there.
Yeah.
And what happens is the rabbit, um, he looks away for a bit. There's a phone call, which turns out to be a
Hmm. Gets
wrong
a
number,
call.
and the rabbit knocks over another serum, which causes it to mix with the serum he's making,
Hmm.
and it creates an entirely different sort of
Yeah.
result. Comes
He
up with a
kind of
different result,
changes. Yep.
yeah, than he had planned,
Yeah.
and he
And whoop, you kind of froze there.
becomes a vampire.
Yeah, he becomes a
And
vampire
there he is at
instead of being a
this
muscle
party. And those are
guy.
the bullies,
Yeah.
right? Those are the
But he
bullies who were beating up on him before. But you see,
just as effective as a vampire as he would be a big strong guy. So he took
yeah.
care of them. Yeah.
So in a way that works out,
Yeah.
And I don't want to give away the ending again,
Yeah.
but he does encounter the most beautiful woman in the class again, and the result is quite a bit different. So, I mean, I'm okay. I'll show you this much of it.
Okay.
Uh, she goes, because he beat
Aha.
up the bullies. He killed the
Hmm.
bullies. She's like,
Kiss me.
okay, now everything's okay. Kiss me. Now she's enamored with him.
Yeah, except he's a vampire. Be careful. Be
He's a
very
vampire.
careful. Yeah.
My hero, you defeated those billies. I knew you were a man. I'm so proud of you. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
You know, if you show the
You might
ladies you
want to
can
work
beat up
on
a
that,
bully,
Steve. You might
right?
want to, yeah, you might want to work on that.
Yeah, yeah. If I could just beat up a few bullies,
Yeah. Yeah.
women will be flocking,
To your
towards me. And
door. Yeah.
yeah, so
And then we have Steve Shipley with a whole 2 pages of one panel gags, all having to do with vampires.
yeah, Steve Shipley's in there.
Yep. Pretty cool.
Hmm.
He's in there. Then we
Steve
have
Shipley.
a
Larry Blake has some vampire cartoons too.
and this is Batten Lash. Batten
Batten
Lash.
Lash, which is a great name.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
And
Stakeout.
Bird, Counselors of the Macabre.
Right. This is super cool
Yeah.
because it looks like at the beginning, it looks like all these people are all zombies. Like Night of the Living Dead. They're like
Mm-hmm.
zombies and they're trying to invade this house.
Mm-hmm.
And the artwork is super excellent. But
Oh, yeah.
inside the house, there's a guy hanging upside down, which isn't really normal behavior for most of us.
No.
And
Unless you're a bat, of
it
course.
looks like zombie. It turns out that this guy is a vampire. I think he says a 5th generation vampire in here. So they're coming after him. But things are not as they seem.
No.
A lot of these stories, they have twist endings. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why we can't give it away. You got to look in the comic book.
Right. You think they're the predators, and he's locked in the house, and they're trying to break in.
Mm-hmm.
But possibly this could be kind of reversed.
Yeah.
So again, not giving away the ending, but all the stories in this issue are really terrific.
Yep.
One fine Halloween comic and another triumph for Ken Leach.
Here's that Larry Blake page here. Oh, there's Larry up in the corner. Larry Blake's.
That's Larry himself.
Mm-hmm.
And I think this is from this year.
This year, you think?
Yeah, 2022. I mean,
Ooh, I haven't seen Larry do much.
Here he signs it right here, and it's 2022.
That's great. That's
showing
great.
The count.
Yeah.
Remember the count from what was that, the old Muppet Show or something?
And it's Larry Blake because he puts in a little Kiss right here.
Yeah, Kiss has to be in there somewhere.
That's his favorite band.
Yeah.
Yeah, there they are.
That band will never retire. They keep talking about retiring. They did a final tour, I think, like 10 or 15 years ago, with all the original lineup, and it was huge. They had huge special effects, fireworks, explosions, and everything. And then 2 years later, they started touring again. So all these people paid all this money to see this final concert.
Yeah. They don't quit. It's kind of like the Rolling Stones. They just keep rolling along.
They're going to keep rolling until they're just bones.
Yep.
And they're close to being bones right now, especially Keith Richards. But
Keith Richards has been dead for a number of years. He just doesn't know it.
At least since the 70s.
Yeah, he has no idea. But if he ever finds out, it'll be sad.
Yeah. There's artwork in here by Verl Bond and some cartoons written by Ken Leach.
Mm-hmm.
And our pal Verl Bond does a magnificent Christopher Lee.
Let me get to that page. Oh yeah, right there.
It shows how a vampire drinks a Coke right there.
Mm-hmm.
Just puncture that can, and there you go. So yeah. I always love his artwork. It's realistic.
Yeah.
It's realistic. It doesn't have a lot of shading or whatever technique.
No, it's very linear, but very realistic.
but always
Now
always
here's
a
some art
pleasure to
by
see his
Ken
artwork.
Leach. Ken Leach did this.
Ken himself.
Hmm.
Oh, that's a good story too.
Yeah, the
Paid companion.
paid
Let me see if I can
companion.
find it. Oh yeah.
Yeah. But look
Let
at
me
the
see.
artwork. Very nice. Not only does he publish a great comic, he's a great cartoonist.
Okay, I have to correct you a little bit. I'm sorry about this,
What
but
I
that
do,
artwork is, I can tell when I looked at it, that's by Louisa Felix.
where
Um, but
companion,
Paid
story
Companion
and
was
lettering and art,
Story and Art by Louisa Felix, but
but it's
Ken revised the artwork. He did the
okay.
lettering
Well, he says lettering and art script revisions by Ken
by
Leach.
Ken Leach. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's a great combination. So I
Yeah,
guess,
you can see her influence there, and then maybe he has touched it up. I don't know.
yeah, I think a lot of the inks here and stuff, I think that's Ken Leach.
Okay, because yeah, it's you're right.
But he's a
Uh,
talented guy, and it's good to see him publishing again. Here's a story in here by Jim Main, Grim Jim,
yeah,
Night
right here. He did the
Night
story here.
of the Batman.
Hmm.
Batman.
Batman. Yeah.
So,
Not
and this
not
is a
not Batman. This is
no, the
Batman.
Bat Dash Man.
Man. Yeah. But it does look a
The
lot like
original.
Batman.
Yep, yep. And they have the bat signal, and
The bat signal's right
you see
there.
the commissioner. He's activating the bat signal.
Yeah.
Story by Jim Main, Ralph's by pencils by Ralph Ellis Miley, inks by Gary Webb, letters again by Ken Leach. That's what I'm telling you. Ken Leach is a heck of a letterer. He's a
All
heck of
right.
an artist too.
Here.
For this
That.
particular story, they asked for a Batman. Yeah, that's what they get. They
Batman.
get this Batman.
Yeah. I was trying to show if without let me see. This is
Oh,
that
blood.
is Ken Leach.
This is 100% Ken Leach. You got
Yeah,
that
right
right.
there.
And it
Yeah.
shows his distinctive, almost undergroundy
I
style.
love that style. Yeah. Very
Great
cool.
inks, and this is a
Yeah.
crazy story. Everything comes together here. See,
Hmm.
if Ken does it all himself, it's a knockout. So yeah, blood bugs right here.
Funny story.
Yeah, so he's got like these crazed mosquitoes come along.
Hmm.
We have an artist here who's trying to get the story done. He's done the pencils, but it's a lot of work doing the inks. You ever been there, Larned? You ever been
Oh,
there?
yeah. Many times.
Trying to get it done, going, okay, you got
Okay,
the
now I
pencils
gotta
down, but,
draw it
now I
all
gotta
over
ink.
again with ink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see, these crazy mosquitoes just pop up out of
Hmm.
nowhere, and they're
And
going to
don't they
help
get
him
into
out.
his India ink?
Yeah,
I
they
think.
get into his India ink and they
Yeah.
suck up all the ink,
Hmm.
and they jump in and they help out with the lettering.
You know, I thought about that, but I'm not that crazy about mosquitoes. You know,
Yep,
I thought maybe they could help out with some lettering, but I
yep.
decided against that. Apparently, this
Yeah.
guy did not.
Apparently they did a pretty good job.
Yeah, they
Based on what I
didn't.
can see there, they did a pretty
Mhm.
good job.
Yep.
In the very end, the inks end up the inks turn red in the end, and you have to read the story to
There's a
find out
red inks.
what
Yeah.
else happened.
Yeah.
They are bloodsuckers after all.
Yeah.
Which is
True.
kind of the overall theme of the issue with Lugosi and everything. It's mostly all about vampires.
Yeah.
So under the
What
cover,
a
we got the
great.
vampire and the two ducks.
This one is $7. This is issue number 8, $7.
Totally
And you
worth it.
can't go wrong. I don't know the page count. I don't think it says,
He
or
did
maybe in
number
the
the pages.
front,
It looks like you have 40 pages, maybe
at least
30 to 40, maybe no more than 30. It's got to be about
more
40
than 30.
pages.
Yeah. Anyway,
Um,
plenty of stuff in here to read for $7. You can't go
yeah.
wrong. I mean, it's very cool.
If you love vampires, anyway, Ken Leach has been around for a while, and he's as great as ever, if not better. So
Yep.
he even got Steve Shipley. The stuff that Steve Shipley did is it says 2022.
So
So
that's
it's a
new
mixture of
too.
some reprints and a lot of new stuff,
New stuff.
a new cover, and great zine.
Yep. All right. What do we got next?
It's like Yeet's coming up here.
Yeah. This is Halloween. See that?
Utterly Halloween.
That's
It says so on the front.
The Yeet Halloween special, number 53. 53.
53. Unbelievable.
That's important. 53 Yeets.
Published by Mike Jones. And with a lot of the people who do work for Yeet, there are a lot of great artists and writers and stuff. Well, some of them are small press, some of them are pros, and but every issue, and it's amazing because it comes out every once or 2 months, but it's always packed full of great comics.
Yeah, it really is. It's produced by Cost of Paper. Yeet is produced by Cost of Paper.
Cost of Paper?
That's the name of their publishing arm, I guess.
Okay, yeah, I see it now. Cost of Paper.
Cost of Paper. I just wanted to give you an idea right here, right in the beginning. Look at that artwork. That story, it's not a joke. It's a really serious story, and illustrated. I mean, this is illustrated like unbelievably. Look at that house.
Right, I was looking at that.
And the strip mall there. Look at the artwork.
Yeah, a lot of detail. The detail.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And it tells us it's a mystery story. So I'm not going to give anything away on this. It's very well done, very well written. I mean, you think you're kind of in a movie reading this. It's really well done.
Yeah, and it's because it's real life. It doesn't go where you expect it to go.
It's unexpected.
It's like a detective story. You're waiting for the climax. You don't really get the climax, but you get the story, and it's a mystery.
And here's some more of the artwork.
The artwork is by Ken Bastard. I guess it's Bastard. You know.
Yeah, I was going to look up his name here.
Ken Bastard. The story is by Bob Kroll.
You know, that could be pronounced a different way.
It could be pronounced Bastard. It looks like bastard, but you know, I don't know if that's his real name.
What are these horse playing around, kidding around?
Possibly a pseudonym. Possibly a pseudonym. Out of respect, I'm saying Bastard. But
Bastard.
Yeah, he's no slouch. He does great work.
Boy, he's an excellent artist.
And I mean, even to the last page, and I'm not giving.
Don't give anything away
by showing the last.
Look
page.
At the house. Look at the house. Yeah.
The detail.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Look at a beat up old car, and that. I mean, this is
then
gorgeous.
You go from that kind of detail, right into this kind of thing. The artwork in this book is amazing. Look at this.
Wayne Shadow. Oh, this one is superb also. This one is written by Lloyd Smith, illustrated by Ian Groff. Look at that artwork. Looks kind of like Al Williamson artwork, you know, old, like when he did Flash Gordon for back in the 60s. I forget the name of that group because, you know, sometimes you forget stuff. How much stuff can you possibly remember?
This is a pretty cool story. Because it's Wayne's shadow.
Wayne's shadow. Now, Wayne is suffering from a serious disease that he's incapacitated. He's in the hospital. He can't do anything.
Yeah.
So while he's there, the doctor is attending him, and his wife is, she's getting very close to the doctor.
Okay, and you were saying just a second ago?
Yeah, Wayne. The story's called Wayne's Shadow, and Wayne is he's got a serious disease. He can't get out of bed. He can't do anything. I mean, he's pretty much a vegetable. And while he's in bed, the doctor
It's fooling
is
around.
yeah, is fooling
Yeah,
around with Wayne's wife.
yeah,
And Wayne he's like angry about it, but he can't do anything because he's completely incapacitated.
right.
So he wanders off into a deep sleep.
Yeah, right down
What?
here.
Hey, where'd you get that from? Oh, that's an actual
Yeah,
little
that's my
stick with a finger.
pointer. I forgot I had it, so I wanted to use it there. That's in that. See right there? That's
Huh?
Wayne's shadow, right
Wayne's
there.
Shadow.
Yeah. No, yeah. This thing is kind of neat because look at that. You can
You
kind
can
of
pick
pick
your
your own
nose with
nose
it.
with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it comes in handy. Look at that.
I like that.
Yeah. Not only does it point, it picks.
Pretty darn handy if you ask me.
Yeah.
So so Wayne is
So
sleeping.
yes, I've
But
lost
what
my
happens?
page.
His
Wayne,
shadow
but
wakes
his
up.
shadow wakes up. Bingo. The shadow will
The
do
shadow
what Wayne
knows.
can't do. How about that?
Yeah. But if you
Mm-hmm.
look at that, that's pretty intense. The shadow
Yeah.
attacks the doctor and the wife,
Yep.
and he kills them.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
And without getting to the
And
very end,
Wayne didn't do a thing. He's in bed.
yeah, he's in bed. He's imagining all this,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not No, he's not imagining it.
No,
It's actually happening. His
happening.
shadow has escaped from his body and done what
Hmm.
he secretly wanted to do himself.
But their corpses do not cast a shadow.
Right, that's the thing. That's the thing that's really weird about it. His shadow escapes, but their
Yeah,
shadows are gone.
they're gone.
So they're dead, but they have no shadows.
No shadow.
Yeah, really cool story. Really cool story. Um,
Here's a nice piece of artwork by Rob Cox.
Nosferatu again.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have
nice.
that saved. The movie Nosferatu. I have an uncut version of that saved
Yeah.
to my computer that shows. I mean, this movie came out what what was it?
Oh, wow.
1915,
Yeah.
1920. What was it?
Was it
Way
silent
back.
film?
1922. Yeah, it was a silent film,
Yeah.
and it was the first. It was actually the first version of Dracula.
Mm-hmm.
It was a pretty faithful adaptation of Dracula by Bram Stoker, but because there was a copyright at the time, they changed all the names. And they changed him to Nosferatu, which means something like creature of the night or something like that. And yeah,
Pretty
so that's
cool.
a classic film all these years later. And once in a while you see in these different the Halloween issues of you see Nosferatu, who
Oh
had his
yeah, a lot.
fingers right in the middle. They were
Yeah.
right in the middle. They weren't here and here like canines. They were right in the middle. But it was scary. If you watch the old movie, it's still effective somehow. 100 years later, a
It's
hundred years
amazing.
later, and this movie is still creepy.
Yep. Now here's a art by Kent Clark. Words and letters by Shane Luttrell.
Our pal Shane Luttrell, and this is great for the
Yeah.
people in the Romanian village of Bustani in 1891. They believed in monsters,
Mm-hmm.
and there were cattle and other creatures being killed.
But
But
this
it
guy
says,
with
as you're showing there, it says there are no monsters because
right, that the
one
guy,
guy,
yeah, the guy with the big mustache. He said, "You are full of baloney.
yeah,
There's
he
no
don't believe in
monsters."
monsters.
Mm-mm. Nope.
His name is Della.
Yeah, but
Della, like rhymes with Bela, like to me it's
mm-hmm.
Dela. But he goes off in search
Yeah, he goes
of
off hunting.
mhm,
He goes off
while he was
hunting.
killing the livestock. And what does he find?
Well, it's not exactly a monster as we would know a monster, but I don't think we ought to tell them what they find.
Okay, we won't tell him.
We won't tell them because it's very cool and a very nice artwork.
And
And
the ending,
I really like his style a lot.
as you know, like we mentioned earlier, these twist endings happen in horror stories.
Yeah.
Twist endings are very common, and you don't quite expect what's coming at the end. He goes off in search of the monster to prove that it's not a monster.
Yeah.
And this one is tough not to give away
No,
because
you don't want to
it's
give it
really,
away though, because
it's
it's
a
pretty
really
good.
cool ending.
Pretty good, yeah.
So
I
I find
would,
myself looking over here. Remind me to look at the camera. The
yeah,
camera's my
yeah.
picture's over here in the corner, so I'm looking at myself, but I
You
should be
should be
looking
looking at the camera. Yeah,
here.
right.
Yeah,
Oh, I
it's
know what
great.
else I
It's
wanted
great.
to say about Yeet. If you remember, if you've seen other copies of Yeet, half of the book was always upside down,
Mm-hmm.
and that was okay.
Flip it
I
over.
like it better. It's all straight up. The whole book you just read straight through. You don't have to
Right.
turn it upside down anymore or anything of that.
Yeah. You don't have to
Which
flip it over anymore to see the other half
no,
of the book,
no. The other
which is cool. I mean, that was a
it's
cool trick
regular
for a
back
while.
page, regular
Ooh,
back page.
that's a
And
nice
you,
back cover. Who did that?
oh, that I don't know. It probably says
I
here.
like it. It's very cartoony. It should say in the
Yeah,
front, their back cover, Jeremy Daniel Clark.
very cartoony.
Very nice in full
Yeah.
color.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Rusty Gilligan.
Oh yeah.
Here's a guy I've
Rusty
known,
Gilligan.
been watching for a long time.
Yeah.
Rusty Gilligan has a story here. Watch Out Behind You. This is a very ominous title
Yeah.
for
There's
a
the
Halloween
artwork.
issue.
There's the artwork from that.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice.
It goes off into outer. These people go off in outer space.
Outer space. Yeah, this is a science
Um,
fiction scary. But I
uh,
like right here in this panel, or I think I have my finger. Notice the guy there with the nose, glasses, and mustache.
little Groucho thing going on there.
Yeah, yeah. I have a pair of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody does. But he's wearing them. Yeah.
Yeah. And the lady to the left of him is wearing a
I guess
mask
they're at a
and
costume party.
But
Mhm.
they're kind of irreverent. They're going off to deliver supplies, okay,
Yeah.
to another planet, and they decide to have a little party while
Little
it's
party
going
before they
along.
go.
And things get interesting. The captain, who sort of acts like William Shatner, he says captain's log, whatever, blah
Mhm.
blah blah, and he meets a gorgeous lady on this other planet. And she's so gorgeous. I like what he did with the word balloons here. She's talking in the background,
Yeah,
but he's not even listening to what she's talking about.
he's thinking.
Yeah, he's thinking like, she's really gorgeous, and he
Yeah,
can't even see what she's saying.
yeah,
What he's thinking dominates there. Okay,
yeah. Pretty good.
that's a
Very
pretty
clever.
creative idea. That's pretty
Yeah.
funny. So yeah,
Okay,
that was a cool story too.
that's a neat story. Uh,
Oh my gosh, the next story. Oh my
oh my,
gosh.
yeah, this one right here.
Uh-huh.
That
Yeah.
story. Yeah.
Yeah, this guy's hanging on the
He's on
side
the
of a mountain.
right
He's
on
way
the
up
side of
high.
that cliff when the story starts.
And this says, the story's kind of till death Dooley's part. Dooley's part. What is his name? Dooley. Anyway, I'm
Was
not
that
sure about
let me
that.
look at that again. Till death, Dooley's part.
Dooley's parts. I guess
Yeah.
his name is Dooley. I missed it the first time. But here's a guy. Well, actually, his name is Devin, and his wife's name is Drusilla.
Drusilla. Yeah.
And this guy, I guess you meet someone, you fall in love, and a little
Hmm.
while later, it's not
I mean,
it's not
he's
what you thought it would be.
yeah, he's a little on the thin side.
Yeah, he's a little unhappy, and she looks like she's eating like five or six of guys the same size as him.
Yeah, yeah, along with a number of McDonald's hamburgers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's not happy with him. She thinks he's a
No,
wimp.
no, he's not.
He's a wimp, and he's not a
Yeah,
man. And all she
they're
does is
just
berate him.
raking him over the coals all through this, you know, and
Yeah.
he's not thrilled with that.
So he decides he's going to prove that he can be
He's
a
a
new man. He's
right.
going to prove it to her. That's how he ended up on the cliffside.
Mm-hmm.
So he's up there on the cliff, but something happens, and I really can't go
Something
further than
we
this
can't go any
page.
farther than that page.
Yeah, right there.
That
Something
this
occurs while he's up there on
yeah
the side of the cliff.
yeah this is as far as we can show you without ruining the entire thing.
But
So
the ending, I mean, you think, okay, this is a cool twist ending, but
mhm.
then I will tell you this: when you think the story's over, there's another ending.
Mm-hmm.
So get ready for that, and it's worth the purchase price. And you know what? The purchase price is what, like $5?
It's unbelievable. It's $5 as far as I
Yeet.
know. I think
They
it's
have a
$5.
Patreon page and everything, but for what you get here,
Yeah,
it is beyond worth that. It's well worth
it's
that.
a Patreon page, but you don't pay $5 a month. You pay $5 an issue.
Yeah,
It's a
an issue.
Patreon page that does not charge by the month.
Yeah, they generally comes out every month or every 2 months.
Yeah, and you pay by the issue.
Yeah, and
So
you can subscribe as we did, but basically it's available on Patreon.
hmm
And I guess Larned is going to put the ordering info down below. But
yeah,
Yeet
I will.
is excellent and
It's
neat.
and that at the end of that story, there's all the credits for the
Right.
story.
Yeah, they're funny
Kind of a
too.
nice touch.
Blah, blah, blah. Come on, get to the end of the credits. Hurry up. Seriously, this sucks. No more, please. I can't read it anyway. You're scrolling the info too fast, so what's the point?
Yeah, it's like a movie where they have the credits, and it's like this.
And it goes on and on and
There you
on.
go.
And
Yeah.
this is followed by a story with art by the publisher, which is Mike Jones. Artwork by the publisher, Mike Jones.
Oh, there's one in between. There's just an illustration here by Warren Muzak. It's kind of nice. Yeah, not that
Oh
one.
yeah, well that's
This
ooh.
one. Yeah.
Ooh, oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah,
Yeah.
Muzak. Warren
Muzak.
Muzak.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's a wild, sinister type of
Yeah.
illo. This guy has like goat hooves
Goat
for
feet. Yeah.
Yeah, and horns, but under a stocking cap. And yeah, that's pretty awesome too. Everything is you guys, if you don't know about Yeet, you need to check them out. Yeet Presents. They've got the finest work of the finest people you've really ever seen in small amongst the finest. I've seen a lot of great people,
Yeah.
great artists and
They
creators.
have a bunch of contributors that are
Yeah. And they
all
even have
excellent.
Yeah, and the story September of Wolves, the one that I was just mentioning, drawn by Mike Jones, is written by William Messner Loebs, the great professional writer, and William and Nadine Messner Loebs. I guess that's his wife. And this is a text story. If you read to it,
it's all text, but
it's not overly long. So you comic book guys who don't want to read text, this one's not too long, but it's darn interesting and darn gripping. You got this guy, this wolf rider, comes into this village, and there's a lady being burned at the stake for being a werewolf. So as it goes on, you find out she's not she may not really be the werewolf. You see, there's a transformation scene going on here. Great art by Mike Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And it and I like this panel too. This art by Mike.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's cool. You see the werewolf dripping
Mm-hmm.
blood there, and he's ready for battle. So that's an exciting story.
Kind of
Well
interesting. It
worth
says
reading.
to be continued at the end.
That's it. It's
Yeah.
this isn't the end. This story's
Yeah,
going
this
to
is
go
not the
on.
end. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was thinking it ends kind of abruptly. Then I saw
But,
to be
well,
continued.
continued, yeah.
Yeah. So we'll be
And then we
looking
go
forward,
to the frozen monster.
which is cool. Reminds you
Frozen
of
monster?
like Frankenstein meets the Wolfman, where the
Yeah.
Frankenstein monster and the Wolfman were frozen in ice. Um,
Marco Joe does pencils and inks on this, and Len Mihalovic does the story and lettering. Once again,
yep.
more cartoonists and writers I haven't seen before.
Right.
Look how good he is.
Always seeing something new in the Yeet
Yeah.
Presents.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So there's a lot of great stuff in here. I mean, it's really, really a lot of excellent stuff.
Yeah.
Another story. There's another artist here, Marcello Rosmini. He does a couple stories in here, but he's No Place Like Home. That one.
Yeah.
And I never heard of him before.
But look at that artwork.
But it's really cool.
Yep.
And you got a guy here who somehow has acquired the ability to transfer from one place to another. Like if he's in danger at one place, he transfers to another place. But what happens when he transferred to the other place? For instance, he's got a dinosaur coming after him here, so he doesn't know where to go because every time he transfers,
it gets worse.
Yeah, it gets worse.
Oh yeah, he has a heck of a time. Yep.
Excuse me, where's my water? I got a little bit of I got allergies and I get a little bit of congestion.
Okay, and then at the end of the book, we have comments, letters, comments, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
a lot of books have.
Mm-hmm.
And what a book! What a
book is every issue of Yeet Presents. We highly recommend Yeet Presents. Yep. Contact Mike Jones, but Shane Luttrell was the one who first got me interested in it.
Yeah, Shane.
He was sending me messages and saying check it out, and so I did. And I'm very thankful to Shane. You changed my life, my friend.
I don't know how many pages it is, but it's thick. It's quite a few.
Yeah, again, the pages aren't numbered.
No, but it's quite a few.
Yeah, great issue. The Halloween special.
Yep. Okay, I guess we both have the same one next.
We got one more.
One more to go through, and it's 200 pages.
200 pages long.
Boom. 200 pages.
A monster of a zine. It's
Bad magazine number 3.
It's like it's not digest size, but it's not full size. But
no, it's not full size, but it's
thick.
Full color. 200 pages full color.
From our pal Dan Burke.
Dan Burke.
I've known.
And a lot of work in here from Alan Freeman also. Writing and he writes a lot of it.
Who did that cover? Was that Dan or Alan?
Oh, that's Dan. I'm pretty sure that's Dan.
Yeah, there's a lot of work by Dan, a lot of work by Alan Freeman, another old pal. I've known Alan since we had we all went out for Angus burgers at this restaurant in 1986 and 87 at the Chicago Comic Convention.
Did you buy?
No, everybody. It was a la carte. Everybody paid themselves.
But there was Remind me not to go out to lunch with you.
Right. There was a huge small press presence in 1986 and 1987 at the Chicago Comic Convention, and we popped into the place across the street. There was a restaurant across the street, and everybody ordered these Angus burgers. And
Mm.
there was, I don't know, how many was it? The first time there was like 15 of us, and the second time, the next year, like 20 of us.
Wow.
But Alan Freeman was there, and
Hmm.
oh gosh, I can't think right now. There's so many people.
Well,
Jim Pack. Jim
oh,
Pack was there.
okay. Yeah,
Um,
I know who he is. Yeah. Um,
Yep. Doug Halverson. A lot of people who were around back then. And most of them are still around right now. I
yeah,
mean, Alan is just
Alan is very
an
busy.
awesome talent.
Very busy.
Um,
What I was going to say is this is Bad Magazine, and it started out as a parody of Mad Magazine, and it still has a little bit of that quality, but it's kind of taken on a life of its own.
yep.
Mad Magazine is kind of its own magazine now, although you will see in it hints of Mad Magazine. For
Yep.
instance,
Here
the
and
story
there.
here, written by Alan Freeman and art by Dan Burke,
You know,
looks
that's
like
just, I
a
know what it is. I
yeah,
was looking at the same one.
it looks like a Mad Magazine type story. Look
Right.
where the word boxes are all across the top like that.
Mhm.
That's Mad Magazine, and
And this is the Great Flabowski,
yeah. And
based
you know,
on
I'm very disappointed because I don't
the
think
Big
I've ever
Lebowski.
seen the Great Lebowski movie. So I maybe didn't
Uh,
get all the parody here because I never saw the doggone movie.
I saw the movie. It was really
Everybody has seen it, but one of these days I'm
the
gonna
Big
look it
Lebowski.
up
The
and
Big Lebowski. So,
yeah, the Big Lebowski. But that's what
yeah,
this
but it's
is, a
very
parody of
accurate.
that. Yeah.
You got the John Goodman character. You got
Yep.
the Jeff Bridges character, and you got Steve, whatever, Buscemi. And I mean, it looks just like the original characters. But
I
this
was
movie was,
wondering, was the guy with the cowboy hat and the big mustache, was he in the movie or did they
yeah, he
add
was in the
him?
movie too.
He
What was
was?
his
Okay.
name? Was that, I can't remember his name right now. I'm looking right up.
That's not Sam Elliott, is it?
That's it.
Sam Elliott
I
with the
think
big
that's Sam
mustache?
Elliott. Sam
Okay.
Elliott.
Yeah.
Looks just like him. I actually don't remember, was he in the original movie or
That's
not.
what I don't know. See, I don't know, but
I don't remember
sure
seeing
looks
him. He
like
may
Sam
have been.
Elliott here.
But this is hilarious. And one thing, Jeff, um, Jeff Bridges played the dude. In here, they
Yeah.
call him the Rude.
Yeah.
Here he is right here. And he sees a speech on television. And if you saw the original movie by George W. Bush, and George W. Bush is saying, "This aggression will not stand." So sometimes, and he says it right here, this aggression will not stand. Or in the movie, he says, "This aggression will not stand, man." So if somebody stands and gets in his way, he just throws that out at him. Um,
It's the Flabowski here.
Flabowski, Mr.
Flabowski. Yeah.
Flabowski.
Hmm. That's him right there, sitting there
Yeah,
in the bowling alley.
yeah. And
Yeah.
Jeff, the John Goodman character kind of goes crazy somewhere along the line. Uh, he goes off script and starts he starts shooting people's brains out and stuff. It wouldn't be normally funny unless it was drawn by Dan Burke.
And written by Alan. Yeah.
Right, right. And I do want to say this. We love. I mean, if you look at this issue, it's
It
90% computer generated artwork and stuff.
Yeah, this is a mid-journey type artwork for most of it.
Yeah,
But
Mobius, based on
if you're not
Mobius.
familiar with Mid-Journey, you type in what you want the picture to be, and then it will draw the picture. But to do what Dan Burke does is not that easy.
For
He
this
apparently does
issue,
a tremendous
200
amount of work.
pages, 200
200
pages.
pages. Yeah.
This is magnificent. It's really
Yeah.
magnificent.
A
I do
lot
want
of
to
it
say,
is, parodies of ads and things like that,
yeah,
but it's all color.
full color. OJ, that's
OJ,
another one. The
OJ,
OJ Simpson thing there
blood away.
is pretty
OJ's
hilarious.
blood away.
Yep.
It makes blood disappear, which
Okay,
OJ probably, come in handy for him. But there's
There's a
all, I
lot of
mean,
violence in this issue, friends, but
yeah,
it's all hilarious violence.
I mean, it's just, there's so much in here. You know, we can't
Mhm.
show it all, but, and the artwork, like this green guy here, that's Mid-Journey. I think he even does backgrounds in Mid-Journey. Cars, here's a
Mhm.
car. And to do that in Mid-Journey, it sounds
That's
simple. You
amazing.
just type in a few words. Wrong. To get it to do these kind of things, I'd really like to talk to Dan to find out how he does it. Really.
Well, I got to show you this. Early on, you find out that there was a bad world.
Yeah.
Bad
Yeah.
world. It's like
Yeah.
Disney World,
Yeah.
extremely complicated. They go into this in detail. There's several places in the book. They keep coming back to it. But
Hmm.
apparently, the first night that it opened, for one thing, the opening is 2 feet wide. There's only one way to get in and one way to get out. And this place is huge, you know, it's like Disney
Yeah.
World, but it's bad world, which means everything is kind of bad. Everything, most of it is all, uh, you know, you're going in at your own risk and you're probably not going to get out. And
Yeah.
that's it.
There it is.
Look at
Now,
that.
look at
That's a
that.
panoramic view
Yeah.
of bad world. Talking about pulling out all the stuff.
Look at that. I mean,
Look at the bottom.
yeah.
You're here. That's the
Yeah.
entrance.
That's where you go
You're
in.
way up in
And you
here.
go up to
Way
the
up in
top.
here. Forget it. There's only one way out.
Hmm. Oh my gosh.
And I don't think I'm giving away too much here
No.
because,
No.
but what happens is,
Here's
well,
some
there's a
other
big
views of
little
landscape
tragedy.
type thing.
It's satellite photos. They
Yeah.
get burned. The
Yeah.
place catches on fire, and the entire place burns down. And it's more
Oh
than
man.
6,000 people all die. And the first thing they decide to do after that is create a new bad world, you know, to replace it, and it's going to be on the planet Mars. So if you missed the first bad world, you can possibly take a rocket ship, you know, end up on Mars and catch the next one.
Yeah.
And
Now here's something I like for Christmas. Right here. If I can hold it. Oh boy, it's hard to hold. Okay. Now, Merry Christmas, get wasted with Santa.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, get ripped with Saint Nick. Um, drunk Santa greetings cards. I think
Yep.
those come in pretty handy
There
for a
you
lot of
go.
folks. Yeah,
Merry Christmas. Get blotto with Santa.
there you go.
Yeah.
And
Get effed up with Santa. You know, shoot faced again.
yeah. So
Yeah, greatest Christmas cards ever.
yeah, and
These
they
guys
have
are too
numerous
much.
ones over here. Yep,
Passed out drunk again.
unbelievable.
Yeah, Santa, you know, maybe this is the day after Christmas. Maybe Santa's a little worn out and he wants a
Yeah.
relief, and so he goes overboard.
But there is no way we can show all the things that are in this 200 pages,
200
full
pages.
color, crazy illustrations, funny writing. You know, Alan does some of the writing, and it's just funny. I mean,
Do you remember
can't.
the Charles Atlas ads in the old
Oh
comics?
yeah, that's in there.
Where the guy
If
got
you got it,
sand
show
pit
it
in his
because I
face,
can't find it
and
again.
he
But
went off and worked.
there he
This
is.
one is I am Snarls at last. Snarls
Yeah.
at last.
Yeah.
The guy's mistreated by this bully on the beach. And you know, the girl thinks, well, you're not much of a man. Now, in the Charles Atlas ads, you may remember, he goes off and he works out. He follows the Charles Atlas workout method. So I'm looking at myself again. I got to look at the camera.
Yeah.
And he comes back and he defeats the bad guy. In this particular version, he starts to do that. He comes back to defeat the bad guy. But guess what? The bad guy has also discovered these Charles Atlas methods.
Wrong bad guy.
Yeah, so you know, the girl, the lady, unlike the Charles Atlas ads, she ends up
She
with the
goes
bad
off
guy
a
after
bad
all.
guy anyway.
Yeah, so
It's just an amazing book.
200
And
pages of utter madness.
yeah, and we'll put the info how to get it in the description, uh, so you can see how to get it.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine what Bad 4 would be like.
I mean,
I,
it's kind of a masterpiece. It's a
yeah, it really is.
masterpiece,
Yeah,
with all the computer generated artwork and everything. I mean, I love Dan's pen and ink art,
yeah.
and Alan Freeman as well. I love their
Hmm.
pen and ink artwork. This is a different sort of excursion,
Yeah, this is
and I
different.
hope they'll not abandon the pen and ink work, because I find that extremely impressive, and it's I
Now
just
here's
think
a
they're both great in that respect.
here's a picture of Alan and Dan right
Yeah,
here.
that's them. I've met
That,
both of them, and that's
that
exactly
that's
how they
them.
look.
That's how they look. Yeah, I've met Alan. That's how he looks. And they're in here. That was just before the ad for Charles Atlas type stuff.
Yeah, a few steroids maybe on top of that.
Yeah. Conor McGregor right here. If you know who Conor McGregor is, a USC fighter,
Yeah,
he's right there. It doesn't look like Conor has a beard in this one, but he
yeah.
usually does. So
Jeffrey Epstein
yeah,
or
yeah.
Epstein.
You notice his neck in the
Yeah,
black and white.
yeah,
That I think that's from an injury.
yeah.
Anyway, what a book! 200 pages, and
Too much. It's almost too much.
it's yeah,
it's an overload.
yeah. It'll
Uh,
overload your brain in a few minutes
but not a few minutes. It took me 2 nights to read
to
this
read it.
book.
Oh yeah, I know. I mean, it's
I was
just
reading every detail, fascinated.
yeah, it's and there is a lot. You you could spend. I know it would take me. I have not read the whole thing, and I
There's
know
a
it'll take me a long time. Oh
Harvey
yeah.
Weinstein cutout doll.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
you know, you can,
Yeah.
put on all various
The girls
sexy
are gonna
Harvey
love that.
Weinstein's outfit,
Yeah. If you wear that,
outfits.
the girls are they're really gonna like you.
Absolutely.
Hmm. So anyway,
Andy
wow.
and Nut, Alan, you guys are brilliant.
Yeah.
Uh,
I,
it's a little expensive though. It's a
yeah.
little expensive, guys.
Yeah. This is not cheap. Uh,
Um,
but I mean, we can tell the price. $25.
$25.
Yeah. But
It's a big book,
it's a big book, and
and
it's full color all the way
chock
through.
full of
I can't imagine what it
utter
costs
insanity.
to produce this. It must have been very, very expensive. But
Uh,
yeah, funny
but
stuff.
it's brilliant. It's
Yeah.
absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, the amount of work that went into that, I can't even imagine. Can't imagine it.
Yeah.
I can't draw 3 or 4 panels.
This is a one of a kind zine. I can't
Yeah,
imagine. I don't know how they're going to follow this
I
up.
don't know either. You're gonna have to do
Is
something.
the next one going to be twice the size and
Uh,
$50? I
he'll
don't
probably
know.
go
You
the other
know,
way, but
I can only afford so much to pay
yeah,
for a comic
right.
book.
$1,000 comic book. But
You know, so but yeah, great job, guys.
really good.
Bad
Really good.
magazine.
Yeah. So I think that's all we have for this episode, and we
Yeah.
if you're a creator, send us your comics. One to Steve, one to me. Our addresses will be in the description, and we'll get you on the show. And I don't know if that'll help you or hurt you, but we will get you on the show.
It's always fun to see other people reviewing your comics. I know I appreciate it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So, but we try to we're here to encourage. We're not here to get
No, we don't.
obviously we're not here to get free zines. We're here to encourage
No.
and promote small press and talented people like yourselves.
Hmm.
Uh, so yeah, I'm actually right now. I'm going to be busy for the next couple of weeks working on
Oh,
the new UFO newsletter,
oh,
Touching
okay.
Time
Yeah.
Fragments. This is number 268. That's a pretty high number, right?
Hmm.
I think I'll do it for one more year, and then
Hmm.
somebody else is going to have to take over because
Hmm.
it's a lot
A lot of
older,
work. A lot of work.
a lot of work, and I'm older, and I want to break. I want to have time to go to the beach and stuff.
Hmm. Mm.
But I'm working on that one.
With the hurricanes that you have down there, the beach may come to you.
That's right.
Hmm.
That's right. Especially if I'm at the beach, it might overwhelm me. Um, but yeah, so
Hmm.
I'm semi-retired, but not really retired.
Yeah.
And but I want to cut back a little bit on stuff like that, but not on this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We want to
we're
do
going to
more
keep
of this.
doing, yeah,
Yeah.
we're going to keep doing plenty of this.
Yeah. We enjoy it. We have fun in doing it. I like editing it, and there's not too much to edit, but a little bit. And so, like I say, be sure and leave a comment. We'll try and answer them. And always touch Boris's nose when we're
Rub his hair
finished.
for good luck.
Rub his hair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to sign off before we get totally silly. And we will see you next time.